The organization tells me that nothing will stop them from keeping the city cleaner and greener. For Wish TV, I'm Kendall Pierson. There has been multiple reports of ICE being present here on UND's campus. Multiple students have come forward saying that ICE stopped them in their tracks asking for their student ID. Now, President Tanuja Singh sent out an email to staff and faculty saying that they must comply with ICE officers, but only if UND PD is present. Phil, we are waiting for Braun to give a State of the State speech, which is set to begin tonight at 7 o'clock. Braun's hardly into his term, and he's already met with multiple legislative leaders, mainly to discuss his property tax program. A Muncie couple is facing charges after police say they neglected their child, zip-tying him and only allowing him to eat canned food. Phil Farron, an employee in a neighboring store, says he saw a massive response from police and other first responders after 2 people were shot near his work. The University of Indianapolis is home to the largest international student population. Every year they put on a celebration called the Celebration of the Flags, where they honor and celebrate each student from each country here on campus. Phil, Azra Hussan Raza was on her way back to D.C. after a work trip. Her Iman in Indianapolis says this loss has torn a hole in the community here and in D.C. You can draft a bill and never encounter the people that it hurts. That's what Debbie Driscoll said, the executive director of Indiana Township Association. IMPD did not send a public information officer to the scene. We are working to learn more from law enforcement about the circumstances surrounding the shooting. I'm Kendall Pierson for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates. The Lawrence Police Department is investigating an incident involving 2 police officers and a man on the ground. All Minds says there will be a funeral service in Indiana, but as of tonight, her body has not yet been discovered. I'm Kendall Pierson for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates. The investigative committee of the City County Council will meet tonight to hear an interim report from the law firm investigating the sexual misconduct claims. Lawrence police shared 5 body and dash cam videos from 3 officers involved in Tuesday's Walmart arrest. This video helps to explain the story behind the viral social media video of William Armstrong's arrest. The Lawrence Police Department is investigating an incident involving 2 police officers and a man on the ground.
There is no law, there is no nothing that can tell me that was justified. I stand on that, that's not justified.
That's what William Armstrong's mother, the victim in the video, had to say about the incident that occurred yesterday at the Walmart in Lawrence.
My daughter said my son parked in the fire lane because she was running in, and his phone, I guess, died or wasn't on, and he didn't want her running around the parking lot at 16 looking for him, and he can't find her. So he parked there for a minute. She said as she was coming out, he was telling the police, here she come right now. You know, we about to put the stuff in and we about to go. And she said my son was like, come on, Nady, because they acting up. They want me to leave and they acting up.
The police report stated that there was a gun on the scene and it was taken for safekeeping, but no guns were used during the incident.
When I was a kid, again, we called them officer friendly, and I thought of them as friendly people. Now to serve and protect, I'm going to be honest with you, although we're not slaves, I feel like we're enslaved. We're going to always be targeted. There were 2 other people in that fire lane.
For this situation and for them to put their hands on my son to that degree, I'm really upset, or definitely going to be seeing what else can be done to make sure that no one else has to feel this kind of intimidation from the Lawrence Police Department.
William Armstrong was arrested for battery, resisting law enforcement, and intimidation. In a statement, Chief Curtis Bigsby said, "We are committed to a fair and objective review of this incident, and appropriate action will be taken based on the findings."
The Lawrence Police Department is asking for patience during this time. I'm Kendall Pierson for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates. Keep Indianapolis Beautiful is a nonprofit organization whose goal is to do environmental good for the city. I spoke with CEO Jeremy Kranowitz, who said that he received an email on Monday stating that the $400,000 grant they had been approved for is now revoked.
We applied through a competitive process for a grant from the Arbor Day Foundation. We were told in January that we had won the grant, and we were thrilled. And then we heard some grumblings and rumblings that there might be, with the change of administration, loss of this funding.
The grant was supposed to be a total of $400,000. Now the foundation can't provide that grant because their funding got taken away, $75 million to be exact.
grants that were intended to address issues like environmental justice or to work in neighborhoods that are socially vulnerable or are using words like even tree equity, which actually just refers to trying to put more trees into neighborhoods that have fewer trees. Even that are types of phrases that are getting swept up in this broad purge of government funding.
CEO Jeremy Kranowitz tells me that they focus on 3 things every year to keep Indianapolis beautiful. The first one being planting 1,000 trees every single year, cleaning up as much litter as possible, and turning vacant or abandoned lots into vibrant community green spaces.
Some of the work that we're doing helps reduce flooding during heavy rain events. It helps reduce air conditioning costs during hot summer days when you have shade. The fact is that we all want the same thing. We want to be able to walk down a street in the summertime with a healthy tree canopy overhead. We want to walk down streets that aren't filled with litter. We want to turn on the tap at our home and have clean water for ourselves and our kids to drink. These are all things that we are trying to accomplish and that are the benefits of the work that we're doing.
The organization tells me that nothing will stop them from keeping the city cleaner and greener. For Wish TV, I'm Kendall Pierson. The investigative committee of the City County Council will meet tonight to hear an interim report from the law firm investigating the sexual misconduct claims. A council representative tells me the goal of the report is to provide a high-level summary of investigative work performed since the retention of the firm. The law firm is Chicago-based Fisher Phillips. This comes after Lauren Roberts and Caroline Ellert came forward with claims of sexual harassment against former top Hogsett aide Thomas Cook last summer. The group last presented to the committee on November 14th, giving its first presentation to explain how their process would work. The investigative committee met again in January to hear from the city's HR department. The city HR department says it launched a portal for employees to report sexual harassment and other issues. So far, it received 13 complaints. No word if today's report will include those new accusations. The council representative I spoke to this afternoon says they will be joining the meeting virtually. We'll have a full report on that at the 10 and 11 show on Wish TV. For Wish TV, I'm Kendall Pierson. Located in Brownsburg, Manscaped's Hair Salon, who was voted the best barbershop and hair salon by the Indy Star in the year of 2021, is a place where men go from all over the county to not only relax and treat themselves, but to get a fresh cut and enjoy a nice cold beer.
We are a barbershop / salon for men. Everything in here is decorated pretty manly. We've got the toolboxes as our stations, all the exposed like conduit. It's a little bit rustic industrial themed. We serve beer with our haircuts and some of the other services. And then we're a full grooming salon for men. So we take care of back waxing as well as haircuts, beard details, eyebrow waxing, and kind of the normal men's grooming things, but we just add a little bit extra services.
Jay does not run this place by herself anymore. In 2019, Brad McHugh jumped on board.
So we are not just business partners. We got engaged a year ago. We've been dating for 3 years. In the very beginning of our relationship is when he kind of jumped into the second ownership role within the salon.
My favorite thing, I would say, is actually the people that I've met here, the people that work here. They're all great individuals, and I absolutely love them, and that would be my favorite part. I love coming in to see all the people here.
The shop has extremely loyal clients. Scott Hatfield is just one of the many who come in weekly to get freshened up. He has been coming here since day one.
It is a fabulous place, great atmosphere, and it just makes you feel good when you leave.
I've put as much effort into this place as I do my kids, so it will always be my baby. I think unfortunately, I spent a little bit more time here than with my kids when it first opened. I worked really hard to be able to open it and to keep it going and running, and we've been open for 5 years now. They say if a business makes it 5 years, then you'll make it a lifetime. So fingers crossed, we continue making it a lifetime.
In Brownsburg for UND TV, I'm Kendall Pierson.